Hello.
Hello.
How is everyone doing? And welcome. We have a little bit of a different backdrop, and also I have a guest. Wow, he's always there.
Yes.
Usually it's just the voice.
Yes.
Hi,
Usually not in
Jerry.
person.
I'm very happy you're already here.
Yeah.
There's a dragon wolf.
We also got a squish.
Now you can grab it. You should have grabbed one of the other ones.
Yes, I should have.
And now you can set a timer for 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I didn't know that was a thing. All right.
Cool. I did this last stream, you know.
Yes.
Hi, Jerry.
There we go. Also don't want to make sound, so here we go.
Fine.
All right.
It's fine.
Yes. No, that's good. I'm confused. Anyway.
Troubleshooting all the problems. There's a Suzu. Sippy isn't available. Oh, that should be available.
Yes, it may have been paused last time.
We'll have to troubleshoot again. It's fine. It's fine. I'll go to my own thing.
My own channel.
Shut.
Okay. Well, technically,
it could be you. Yeah.
Technically, you were definitely also talking to me. So.
This
Back there.
Sippy.
It's not paused. Unpause it.
Unpause. Try again.
It's literally turned off and on again.
Yes, which is troubleshooting, right?
Yep.
Frog just taught me that. You can just turn it on and off again. Don't worry about it.
And what trouble do I need to shoot?
Sippy,
Shoot him
sippy.
in the face.
There we go. We are very behind on my computer. Cool.
Yeah.
Good to know.
That's fine. That is fine. That is a view that we don't need to see.
So how is everyone doing? Are we ready for more story?
Yes.
Yes, howdy Jerry.
Hello, hello.
You want it?
Yes. Tiny armrest.
There's one armrest in the middle here.
Well, I lost my squish.
How dare!
I'm also on a box.
Feeling even better now I'm surrounded by my herd. Herd? Herd? Herd?
Heard?
Yeah.
Heard it.
I heard it too.
Yep.
Yeah, you said it. I said it.
Mm-hmm. We both said it. We both heard.
There we go. Could do with the story. Well, I'm glad to oblige.
Awesome. That was...
I haven't seen you for quite some time. Sure, Frog. Sure. Animal herd. It's without the A, and you're fine.
Oh.
Shall we start with the recap?
Yes.
And should we do
Also, do we have more or command for that, right?
exclamation point ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, kids?
Do that one.
Yes. As they are gearing to leave, trying to get some things in order to get going, Theoden got invited back to the Venetrix Castle and Palace.
They are very similar.
They were invited over the next day for a ball. Reluctantly, they had no choice. They had no choice but to attend. There were dressers that came to provide fancy attire for them to wear, and they prepared. God, Jesus, prepared by getting as cleaned up as they could be. They were driven through the city on carriages and went to a grand dinner and ball at the palace. Rodnix, Maca, and Theoden had a drinking competition that Maca definitely won. And in the little buzz after the dancing and drinking, Ayal and Amrilla shared a special intimate moment amongst themselves.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I hope everyone saw it last time. That was a lot of fun.
6 clapping hands. Exclamation point, 6 clapping hands, actually.
Yes. Yes, she was very excited, so she had to exclaim before she even started talking.
Like in Spanish, yeah, at the upside down exclamation point, the normal exclamation point at the end.
That's true.
Questions.
The question marks are also upside,
upside
fully
down,
upside down is
and
really...
then the question mark.
I'm interested in seeing you both at once. It's fair.
Yes, we actually know each other. Who would have thunk it?
I can actually touch him now.
Tangible.
And similar, yeah, we're always dressed in black, I think.
Oh yeah.
There's only a few times that I'm dressed in white, and it's usually like a Disney shirt.
Oh no, I am white.
I'm also.
I'm always dressed in white.
I'm a little red.
Yes.
Just a little.
I'm also a little
Wait,
beige.
we know each other. I think I also know you, Apple. I think I might have met you before.
You think?
Can I touch you?
You can always touch me, Frog.
Wait,
Touch my.
is Le Frog there? Maybe. I'm waiting for him to run upstairs.
I know.
You can hear like the frog hops up.
Oh, that would be dangerous.
I mean, he would do it though.
Well, he still has his boots on.
No, you would definitely hear them then. There you go. I don't know if they could hear it, but we definitely could. Frog. Also known as Gratnix.
Yes. I can hear him.
Nice.
I can smell him. Smell him from a distance.
Is he gonna boop? He did do a boop, yes.
Yes. Double boop.
Double boop. So let's shift into the other one and see if we're both fifth born.
No, yeah, I'm not. I'm very small.
Hello.
Hello.
You have the armor.
Yes.
Hello. It's very cozy here.
Yeah. What a tiny mirror.
It's a very tiny mirror, yes. Also, making it bigger is not going to help.
No.
Like, at all.
No.
This is adorable.
Hello.
Jerry.
We are small.
Momo, you and I are definitely complete strangers. I've never met you before. Oh, Lee, did you just make for a frog version of your otter version? Dun, dun, dun.
Yes.
I mean, also Frog made all the otters.
Yes.
So fair. It works.
Yep. That's what happens.
So, are you guys ready?
I hear yes! Exclamation point. Ready. Magic. It all fits.
It's fair.
Very small.
Yeah, this one is bigger probably.
Oh no, I mean this.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are very, very small.
I'm ready.
Good.
I have a good noms.
Gamer bread.
Well then, let's get going. That's the wrong one. I need that.
That is fine.
Chapter 27. The next morning, Amarilla was awake before any of the others. She had put on the simple dress that Lunara had lent her again, and gently folded up the beautiful green dress she had worn the day before. A light breakfast had been served in the dining room, where Zurfer was the first person to greet her.
That was one special evening, wasn't it? Both Grodnix and Theoden are still asleep. Or sleeping off the alcohol.
The girls are also still asleep.
I don't fancy waiting on the others. Shall we dig in?
He took a place at the table. She nodded enthusiastically. Before sitting down herself, Amarilla grabbed a teapot and poured herself a cup, and wordlessly offered one to Zurfer as well. He nodded, so she poured another cup for him. He thanked her, and both of them grabbed some bread and cheese. Amarilla also added some fruit on her plate, while Zurfer opted for some ham and eggs. Then she sat down and started nibbling on her food.
You reckon they will be downstairs before lunch will be served? I doubt it.
Good morning.
I saw you drinking too yesterday. You seem to be fine. I can eat and drink anything I like. Nothing actually affects me. I don't need to eat, which is why you rarely see me eating on our travels. I hadn't even noticed. It's more noticeable when we eat like this. At a table in a group setting. Traveling, we often ate while we walked, so not eating didn't look out of place. To be honest, most food I eat because they are delicious.
Amarilla nodded, digging into the food she had put on her plate.
It's good to see you eat so well.
Zurfer and David started talking about their journey. They would start later that day, and Amarilla sat back listening to their plans. Once all three of them had finished their breakfast, a maid emptied the table except for the fruit.
Amarilla,
Yeah?
How does it feel for you to be a wolf?
David sat up a little more, paying more attention as well. It's it's freeing. I feel more free when I can run like that. I become super fast and my bite is strong. I can defend myself when I'm a wolf. It's almost like the wolf side is my protector.
Or mine.
Yes, I've become rather protective, I suppose. Wouldn't mind being able to defend myself as a human too, but when I become angry or scared, I often default to a wolf.
I wouldn't mind teaching you some moves.
You seem to enjoy teaching a lot. You've trained with most people here.
I like knowing my friends are safe. If my explanation can do any good, I'm happy to explain.
David nodded at that.
I think it would be a good idea for you.
I would like to try.
You can try it now.
Amarilla and David both got up with Surfer, and together they went into the back garden.
Start out with the stance. When you know you're in danger, the stance you need must be flexible. Locking your knees, for example, will make it hard to run or dodge. Bend your knees slightly, widen your stance, and lower your body.
Amarilla immediately followed his instructions, and to her surprise, so did David. You can already fight so well.
Learning new techniques can only make me better.
Surfer started explaining how to react when an attacker did specific attacks, how to dodge them, and how to use their momentum against them. He showed a move on one of them, and then made them practice on each other. They practiced until Lunera and Ayal entered the garden a few hours later. You guys are up early. Amarilla, still hyper from her training, ran up to Ayal and started talking about her training enthusiastically. I've never tried this before. Lunara, who had walked back inside for a moment, came back out with a large pitcher of water and glasses. David, Surfer, and Amarilla all gladly took a glass of cool water.
That was really good. Exhilarating.
Since lunch is getting served soon, I think we should slowly start waking up our hangover friends as well. Ayal's hand gently grazed Amarilla's elbow. Have we been training for so long?
It has been a while. You guys have a lot of stamina.
Can I ask one of you guys to wake up the men?
I'll go.
Surfer had a glint in his eye. Amarilla followed Ayala and Surfer inside and upstairs. It wasn't until they were up there that Amarilla noticed that Surfer had brought 2 glasses of water upstairs. She followed Ayala down the hallway past the boys' room. Behind them, they heard 2 loud yells, and nearly immediately after, she saw Surfer running out of the room and down the stairs, laughing loudly. A few moments later, still in their fancy clothing, both Theoden and Grodnix ran after the wolf boy down the stairs and outside. Beside her, Ayal started laughing. Such a soft, bell-like sound. They looked at each other for a moment and both smiled. Together, they went into the girls' bedroom and woke up Maka in a vastly more friendly manner. After the others had woken up and they all sat at the dinner table for lunch, they discussed their upcoming travel. They would leave 2 hours after lunch, so everyone had a few more hours to get their bags in order. Amarilla had been ready and packed the entire time, so she moved along the rooms, looking at her friends, getting ready to leave. Amarilla, wanna help me? Look at this, I can even fit my dress in my backpack. You seem chipper. I may have been a little naughty. What did you do? I was getting so tired, and there were a few lovely elven men that they offered themselves to me. I gave them a dance and took the tiniest amount of energy. They didn't really notice. Do you do that often? I usually ask people, but they were having so much fun, and I had already been so tired. The last time I fed was Zerfer. I do understand. But next time, maybe just ask one of us before going to bed. Then we get our rest and no one needs to be drained. I wouldn't mind giving some energy just before sleeping. You do that for me? Amarilla noticed Maka's eyes watering, and suddenly the girl's arms were firmly around her shoulders. Yes, of course. You're my friend. Of course I would. Amarilla pulled herself from Maka and smiled at her. I guess you won't need some for a while. You seem very hyper. Yeah, I'll be good for a while. I'm going to see how the boys are getting on. Amarilla let Maka finish her packing. In the boys' room, Amarilla found Grobnix, who was polishing buskers. He merely nodded at her and went on with his task, so she left him to his polishing. 2 hours after lunch, just like they had planned, everyone was ready to leave. Lunara had said her goodbye to her horse, and Ayel left her house in the care of Shiran. Will we leave through the entrance?
No, I'd recommend the other side of the mountain. It's closer to that side.
Theoden and Ayel took the lead with everyone in tow, and they went on their way. Smiley wolf.
Smiley wolf.
There we go. Now, there was something said. Oh, there's a Clippy!
Hey!
Nice!
Thank you, Cherry.
I was gonna say, I saw something on my phone.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what it was.
There was a link.
I make other people wet. Dragon Wolf! You are getting bunked, young boy. I mean, it's fair though, right?
Get the bonking stick ready.
There's lightsabers. We will make it happen.
You are getting the bonk.
Oh boy, it gets even worse. Okay, what for you, Pixie?
Pixie is also getting bonked. And Dragon Wolf is getting bonked again.
Yes.
Sir Frogling is on it.
Nice.
Well done. That's what we need.
Frog bonked me. How cruel.
Some quick decision making. Bonk him again.
You deserve it.
Today is frisky.
Yeah.
Frisky weather.
Oh yeah, I like it.
The bonketing completed.
Nice.
Achievement unlocked.
There you go. So what do you guys think? Now we're about to get ready to go on another journey.
Yes.
To the cabin. I don't know if everyone remembered that by now. But they are going to a cabin.
Oh yeah, that wasn't in the summary.
That wasn't in the summary, no.
More! More!
There will be more.
I don't know if Dragon Wolf is asking for more bonking or not.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Need more story, also squish.
Squish.
Hey, thanks.
Another squish.
Like a double squish.
Squish.
Ow.
Now Squish is being squished.
Yes. Get squished.
That's
Short
gonna,
cuddle.
that's gonna be a thing now.
Yes.
A short cuddle, that's you!
Hello.
Yay!
I'm a shark.
He's my shark because the shark was a bit too big to bring here.
Yes.
But I do have all my other props.
Including more.
We
No.
also don't have a kitty cat.
No. Oh, what a shame.
Squish! Yes. Nice. So, what do you say? Should we just continue?
They seem
They want more.
they seem excited.
Chat says more.
It's International Cat Day.
Aw, and Stickers being all alone.
Oh, International Cat Day. What a good moment to leave him at home and give him all the space that he wants.
Fair. The only thing he's not getting that he wants is our bed space because we closed the door.
Good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've come home too many times with bits on my bed. Let's not do that.
Yeah. After a weekend, you might not want to sleep in cat bars. A meow for International Cat Day. Meow. And a very large cat.
A very large one or a smoker one. You never know.
That's Ram's cat.
Yes, exactly.
Snap cat, dude. No.
He actually can do that really well. Nice. But I do see a few more.
Yeah.
The dark one's cat, perhaps? I mean, that's fair. I was afraid that was going to be loud.
It's not terribly loud. The Dark One's voice isn't terribly loud. I'm just
The mic is
really.
here.
It's like being this close to your mic. It is incredibly close to get the most air into your mic. So
That's fair, yeah.
it changes the volume into like a barrage of sound because it's way too close.
Fair. They won't hear it as good on this one though, because otherwise you'd be at the webcam. Because that should be where my microphone is. Or here. One of the two.
I don't know your computer.
It's one of them. I think this is a light, so it should be.
Ah, okay.
Also, it's shaky. Sorry.
Well, it's not the entire screen, so that should be good.
That's fair.
It's just a game rule.
Let's do the next chapter.
Yep, let's go.
Let's just continue.
Let's just go.
That one. Chapter 28. With Ayel and Theoden up front, the group headed towards the palace once more. Just before they reached the magnificent building, they turned a corner and moved through a denser part of the city. They ended up going through another stone gate hewn into the mountain. They were all bowed to every now and then. By passing elves, and the guards at the gate all bowed to Theoden as he walked by. The road off the mountain was long, and it took them 2 full hours to get out of the city and off the mountain. It's a forest! It's a forest!
You've been saying that since we exited the gate.
Don't you feel it? Don't you want to be out there? You are adorable.
Well, yes. I am also itching to get some energy out.
Can we? When we get far enough, when will we be far enough away? We're going really quickly. Oops.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hey.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
That's literal.
She couldn't see the entrance anymore. Both of them were hidden quite nicely for such massive gates. She assumed it had something to do with the fact that it all had the same stone. It just blended in really well.
I think we should get a little deeper into the forest first.
David hummed in agreement. Amarilla nodded, but she was a little sad that she had to wait for even longer. She moved her backpack from one shoulder to the other. Why don't you wear it with both shoulder straps? Because when I change involuntarily, I break things. Lunara's been fixing a bunch of my things. This way I can still put it on when I revert to being human, even if I break one side. That seems smart. I had to tell her to do that. After another hour of walking in the forest, David slowed his steps to walk next to Amarilla.
I think you should be alright now. We're in the deeper part of the forest. Just make sure we get off the trail.
Amarilla looked around at her friends, and no one seemed to contradict him. A smile broke through her insecurity, and she handed him her backpack. Quick strides into the brush, hiding behind the large cluster of bushes, she took off the dress she was wearing and changed into the wolf. Carefully, she picked up the dress and brought it to David so he could put it in her backpack. You are beautiful. Zerfer, who was walking alongside Ayel, looked over at Theoden.
You keep my back for a bit.
Theoden sighed.
Here I was, thinking that now that you knew I'm a prince, you wouldn't use me as a personal slave anymore. You hate being a prince.
Zerfer was already taking off his backpack, and Theoden held up his hands to indicate that Zerfer could throw it. As soon as Zerfer had thrown his bag, Amarilla bounded off. Zerfer hurried after her to try and keep up. Amarilla backed around a few times so Zerfer could get closer to her. She slowed to his speed and stayed a little bit behind him. After some happy yipping sounds, she growled softly and snapped her jaw audibly.
No, don't you dare.
She moved up closer to his back and snapped at his calf.
Amarilla!
She nudged the side of his thigh to show she was pushing him to go even quicker. She gave a little warning by a small bark and bit playfully at his back.
I can't run as fast as you.
Playfully, she jumped around him, and she could clearly see that he was getting winded. She pushed her nose into his hand as they still ran, and suddenly he moved. He leaped sideways towards her, his arms wrapped around her midriff, and he curled in on her. The force of the leap pushed her off her paws, and together they rolled across the forest floor. She ended up laying on top of his body sideways, and quickly scrambled to her feet. He just lay there, panting.
You kill me, wolf girl.
He pushed the words out through winded breath, but he was laughing. She lowered her front paws at him, almost like a bow, and yipped playfully.
I know you're happy, but you've killed me. I can't move.
She growled softly, took his wrist into her jaw, and gently pulled.
You're so very different as a wolf.
He tapped her nose with his other hand to make her let go.
Give me a minute to get my heart rate down, and then we can move back towards the group.
She nodded and hopped around him.
I wonder how it feels. Don't get me wrong, I love my ears and tail. I have quite a good speed, and my senses are great, but I wish I knew how it would feel to be a wolf.
Amarilla sat next to him and put her head on his shoulder for a moment.
Come, let's head back.
In the time that Zurfer and Amarilla had been gone, the group had pushed a while further and made a camp. Zurfer was very relieved to see the camp. How was your run? Why are you covered in leaves?
She kept biting at me, so I tackled her.
Amarilla, who had sat down next to Ayel and Maca, put her paw on her nose, faking shame. Some of the others laughed at that. Maca gently pulled some of the leaves and twigs from Amarilla's fur. Can I feel your fur? Amarilla softly nodded her head, and Ayel gently brushed her hand across the top of Amarilla's head and down her back. Ayel started helping Maca pluck the other side of Amarilla, and every now and then she patted her on the head. The dark was setting in faster and faster, and the weather had grown colder quick. Winter was definitely on its way. They divided up food between them, and soon most of them went to sleep. Amarilla had sat up, but David looked up at her with one eyebrow up.
You don't think you're getting first watch, are you?
She pulled up her cheeks in a wolfy grin and lay back down.
Didn't think so. I'll wake you up when I want to meditate.
She nodded, put her head down, and within minutes she was asleep. David did end up waking her, but not until it was nearly light again. She couldn't really complain about it, but he seemed to notice her mood.
I told you I would wake you up when I wanted to meditate. I've meditated quite a lot at Ayel's house. I didn't need too much. Two hours should suffice. Now stop complaining and let me meditate.
She huffed at him, but got up and walked around their camp for a while. After an hour or so, it was Gradnik that woke up first.
Everything okay?
She nodded at him, and he laid his head back down.
The bed was more comfortable.
She made a noise, and as his eyes found hers, she shook her head. This was where she felt most comfortable. Out in the wild, being free.
Ha! Animal.
Gnome, shut up! It's too early.
Can't sleep forever. The sun's coming up. The earlier we leave, the earlier we're at the cabin.
To avoid another bickering match, Lunera seemed to decide he wasn't worth an answer. Slowly, the others also started waking up and grabbing a bit of breakfast.
It's so nice to be in nature again. But by the gods, sleeping in a bed was so much better for my spine. You'll sleep anywhere. I do prefer beds.
Amarilla walked around, hopping on her feet, excited to get going again. Don't you need to eat? In her wolf form, she would usually only eat fresh meat, but she didn't want to go hunt before they started their journey. A little while after everyone had had their breakfast, they broke up their little camp and started moving again. Amarilla hopped along the group as Theoden showed them the way. Amarilla looked up at Ayel, the only one she hadn't traveled with yet. She was wearing brown skinny jeans and a loose-fitting linen shirt, a lovely green vest, and brown leather coat with a longer tail. A large bag was thrown across her shoulder with what Amarilla assumed were books, because she carried another bag on her back with clothing and provisions. When the sun had passed its highest point, they sat down for a little break. Amarilla sat down close to Ayel and leaned her shoulder gently into her friend. You're nice and warm. Amarilla wiggled her shoulders so her fur would tickle Ayel, which made her laugh softly. Amarilla showed a little toothy grin, looking at her friend. She poked her cold, slightly moist nose to Ayel's cheek, who jumped up a little bit. That's really cold. She couldn't suppress a smile. Before Ayel could react more, Amarilla moved in closer and licked Ayel, right across the cheek. After that, she instantly hopped up and moved around the camp playfully. Her cheeks became pink, followed by a brighter red.
Someone is excited. I don't have the feeling you have too much energy again.
Amarilla barked playfully. She lowered her shoulders again and took up a playful stance. He just shook his head, not in the mood to wrestle. You are much like a puppy. Most of them laughed at that too. Ayel still seemed baffled by what had happened. Amarilla slowly inched closer to her and pressed her forehead into Ayel's back.
She's saying she's sorry.
It's okay. You just caught me off guard. Amarilla pressed her head a little tighter to her friend's back and then sat down close by again. They didn't stay in that place for much longer. For several more hours they traveled, and well after it became dark, Theoden finally told them that they had arrived at his property. Once they entered the fenced area, they still had to walk for another 15 minutes before they reached the cabin. Theoden quickly showed them the 4 bedrooms of the house and kept the 5th one for himself. Maka and Lunara quickly decided to sleep in a room together, and as Ayel entered another, Amarilla looked between the two. Dividing 2 by 2 would be most logical. Amarilla nodded and walked into the room with Ayel. There were 2 beds.
Hey, I still have your bag.
She motioned her head to the bed, and he tossed the bag onto it. With a little bow of her head, with her head was enough gratitude for him. When he left, Ayel closed the door behind him. Do you want to stay, a wolf? Amarilla shook her head. Could I see the change? Amarilla gently nodded her head, but she felt a little shy. Her body contorted, fur disappeared, and slowly her own body shape returned. She stood partly sideways and hid part of her body with her hair. That's incredible. Amarilla quickly moved to the bed and put on her dress. You are such an amazing woman. Thank you. We can try another creature tomorrow if you'd like. She didn't notice Amarilla's shyness. I'd like that. For now, we should get some rest. Amarilla pulled the blankets off the bed and onto the floor, where she made herself a new little nest and lay down. Good night. Good night.
And once again...
And we're done.
That was quick.
That was quick. Yeah, we did it really quickly this time.
Accidentally skipped 1 line, and you just rolled with it. So that's good. More! If we don't have more.
Bonk the Dragon Wolf! And I will do it again when I get there. Bah!
I want another bonk. Oh, it's already there.
Bah!
He was on a roll, absolutely. That was a lot of text. Well done.
Again, you missed it. What do you mean? I'm not doing this again. Sorry. Bonk him hard. Oh my god, Cherry! Ooh woo!
Disc.
Oh boy. So what do you guys think? I hear a frog in the back going, sorry. I'm very curious what's happening.
That was a sound that I can only describe as wailing.
I agree. I don't have more.
Yeah. I need, well, sucks.
3 weeks, but there's
3 weeks.
literally like 3 lines of text. I have nothing more.
Is that 3 lines?
Everyone is just shouting. Yeah, I wrote a little yesterday.
Oh, nice. That works.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't know.
No. Also, I'm not going to ask you to read it when it's only 3 lines.
Exactly.
It's not like a full paragraph.
No.
But I need more.
Yes. You'll get more in 3 weeks.
You definitely will. Also, let me just go. Here. Hello.
The family council has decided we would like more story.
There's
Also
no
more squish.
We would also like more story.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful.
I very much would love to.
Yes.
But there is none more.
was a frog
There you go. More story.
who went downstairs to get himself a sheep. Yeah, let's open on him.
Apparently for Cherry, you can just go grab the entire family.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people in one room.
It is, and it's not
That's
that big of
warm.
a room.
It's just all I can do is just more squish.
I mean,
Just put one there, put a tackle there.
you know there's redeems for this, right?
Nope,
Yes.
real nose. Not when I'm here.
Silly frog. Some of the family? I mean,
There we go.
punishment! Get the dragon wolf!
Too late. Too late. Assemble.
Assemble indeed.
We brought some.
We have some.
We have some people.
But I want
Can
a
you-
punishment. I want the dragon wolf to get here.
I don't know if we will.
I will get him. You get the bat.
We get another one.
You get the bat.
The
There
whole
we go.
family, Cherry.
No, there's more coming.
There's more, yeah. Everybody's.
Okay, there's
more?
We're just putting a
a
plate
cheese wizard, an apple,
Oh,
an
there's a
apple,
Momo.
and a frog, but you know the frog.
And it's us.
And there's a Momo.
And there's a Momo.
And there's a
Dragon
sorcerer.
Wolf just sitting on the couch and he's like, no.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
the entity that identifies as the act of violence. Murder.
Yeah, I mean, no.
No.
Collective bonking of the wolf. Yes, we should.
Yes. I will go
Everyone
back
go
to
down
wolf.
there. Wolf.
Everybody
Carry
go
on my wayward wolf.
I'm finally making my
Watch out for the fucking TV.
Yes.
I'm making it. So there you have most of the family.
Yep.
Or at least most of the family that are here and able to be here. Because
Yes.
we would love to show you too, Jerry.
And Veeps.
And Veets. And Knight.
Night for that matter.
Yeah.
Daniel couldn't make it,
And
unfortunately.
Daniel, yeah. Can't wait to be
Mm-hmm.
there, yeah. We would love you to be here.
Can't wait till you're here.
Yes.
So,
Now, I do think that we've arrived at the end of our stream.
Yep.
It's going to be a shorter one, but also we're
a
not.
lot less chat.
Yeah, but we're also not at home. I
Yeah.
kind of want to just go hang out with all of those bunch of weirdos we just saw.
Yeah.
I'm going to get bombed for that one.
Oh, yes. We deserve a bunk.
I'm kind of waiting for the stuff to come. I hereby announce that I have been bumped. Okay, cool.
Very well. Very well.
There's a line to bunk them off. Cool.
Yes.
I want to thank everyone so much again for being here. And of course,
Ooh, Cherry has a Clippy ready. Just need to finish that.
that's okay. You should be able to finish that regardless.
There it is.
There it is.
Family assemble.
We will watch them. Don't worry about it.
It was six others, so that's 8 people.
Yeah, it's not everyone. 7 was also still there.
7 was also downstairs, yes. That would be about half of the family.
About half. Yeah.
So there you go. It's about half of the family. Great story, Mr. Funky Tales says. Thank you.
I have all of the links for you if you need to watch the rest back.
And you need to watch the rest back.
Yes.
And you'll like it, I'm sure. But thank you so much for showing up anyway.
Yes.
I really appreciate that.
But yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Just yes.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Holy, for doing this with me.
Of course, of course.
And I think we should go see if there's anyone to raid. I don't know if there is.
Let's find out.
There's my mouse.
Everywhere. Put it all the way in the corner and then go back.
Oh, because it actually wasn't showing up.
Oh.
There is
Right.
one person live. Mr. Night Dream. Obviously.
Night's still alive.
Obviously,
Wow.
we're gonna go say hi to Night. So
Hell yeah.
let's get that.
That's a raid, Mr. Night Dream. That's not
You have to do.
/raid.
That's not /raid either. Mr.
You don't have to do
No?
the caps. No. Doesn't matter.
There we go.
Alright.
Let's go say hi to Night, and everyone should give him a big hug for me.
Yes.
He knows I like hugging, so I think that's a good raid message. Just spam his chat with hugs.
Raid message hugs from the family.
There we go, hugs from the family. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I like that you like my story.
Yes. Arrived at the little.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
Ah,
I'm so sorry.
shite. Alright.
Well, we get to go tonight. So go
Again,
say hi
though,
tonight.
Thank you so much for.
Yes,
for showing
tuning
up
in.
anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
We
So-
really appreciate that.
And yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.